health is very important for your overall health and well-being. And this is because your brain ultimately controls all the functioning of your body. Everything from releasing your hormones to how you move, how you learn, talk. And your nervous system governs, it's probably one of the most important systems of your body. Now, we ultimately do need to get a good night's sleep in order to help our brain to function properly. And one of the most distracting things that we do is the use of screen time. And we overuse things like TV or mobile phones, iPads, tablets, any kind of devices, PlayStation, the Wii games that we have now. We spend way too much time on these devices. Now here's what happens when you overuse your screen time. So first of all, it delays you from going to bed because we get so involved in our tablets or iPhones or screen time and we become addicted. What happens is it raises a chemical in our body called dopamine, and this is what keeps us engaged in these devices. So it's going to delay our time when we're going to bed. Ideally, we need to wind down when we're going to sleep at night time, and we need to switch off from these mobile devices and screen times at least an hour or 2 hours before we go to bed. So the second thing is the content of what's on our social media and on the phones and games. It's very interactive and it keeps our brain stimulated. So this stops us from winding down at night time, which is absolutely vital. We are very busy all day during the daytime, and when it comes to us going to bed at night time, we need to wind down, slow down. Everything has to slow down in the body. It's not like an on-off switch, it's more like a dimmer switch that we need to wind down. So the content of what we're watching, we could be watching scary movies on TV. This as well will stimulate your brain. So we need to be mindful and be careful of what it is that we're watching on our screens. We need to limit our screens as well to a max of 2 hours a day. And this is maybe 30 minutes, at 30-minute intervals, and taking a break. And this break could be just simply going and getting a glass of water or using the bathroom. And this helps to stop the fixation. Now, the third thing with mobile devices, the most important, is light. So what happens when we're using the mobile devices? Well, all the screens emit a blue light. Now, blue light mimics daytime. And if our brain thinks it's daytime, it stops the release of a hormone in our body called melatonin. Melatonin is our sleep hormone, and this is absolutely crucial that we have a lot of melatonin at nighttime in our body. It's actually at its highest peak at nighttime, ready to be released in time to allow us to go asleep and also to stay asleep during the nighttime, because it helps to regulate our sleep cycles during the nighttime and our sleep phases. So this is probably one of the most important things to be aware of, is that the blue light on our screens can actually stop the production of melatonin. One of the things that we can do, we can get a filter. It's a free app called Flux, F.lux, and there's many other ones as well that we can download for free and install on our laptop devices. And what this does is it reduces the blue light on our devices according to the daylight hours. So this will help for our melatonin to be able to be released when it needs to be released at night time in time for sleep. So overall, the use of electronic devices can have an adverse effect on how well we sleep at night time, but also it can add to our hyperactivity during the daytime as well, and all our addictive behaviours to these devices as well. So really important to remember to be careful of the content that we're watching. Also take plenty of breaks. Try and limit your screen time to at least 2 hours with 30-minute intervals. Max of 2 hours, and be careful what we're watching at night time, and also be mindful of this blue light. We need to switch off these devices at least an hour or 2 hours before bedtime as well to get an optimal and productive night's sleep, because we do need our deep sleep for all our growth and our development, because when we're young and when we're children and growing up, we have a lot of development to do, and it's really, really vital that we do get the sleep that we need, and for our brain as well, for all that learning and memory and cognitive function. So sweet dreams, good night.